Hello, Facebook. Good morning. Marcus here. It is Monday morning, 8:30, and I am in the restaurant. Jamie's here too. Just starting our work day.
Hello, everybody.
Starting our work day a little later than normal. So I'm gonna go for a bike ride here.
We've been down here for half an hour.
We've been. I'm gonna go for a bike ride in a bit here. It seems like to be a gorgeous day out. It was turned out to be a decent weekend, even though we got lots of rain on Friday night. Saturday was back and forth, and yesterday was a great day. Just a couple sprinkles about 7 o'clock or so. So it was really awesome. So it is Monday morning. I'm going to talk about in this video about an amazing ingredient in the kitchen, probably your home kitchen, that is a health superstar. It is a health rock star. It has so many benefits to it, and not really many people use it for its health benefits. But it is, but a lot of people do only use it for its health benefits. A lot of people understand the health benefits of this product. I'm going to talk to you about the other version of it that is pure poison, and this version that is such a health benefit. I'm going to explain the difference between these two. Massive difference, and I'm going to tell you how to buy the real one and not the fake one or the imitation one, because there is a way that you can go to the store and buy a version that is totally not what it says it is on the label. So just a couple things before we get rocking and rolling on that, and a few more people join us here. So we're still doing our lobster bakes every single weekend. We sold another 100 or so lobster bakes this weekend, even though we got rained out on Friday night. Super popular. You can take them to go. You can eat them in. You can. We're doing outdoor dining only, except for when it pours out. We have like 6 or 7 tables inside that we could see people at, but outdoors is where everybody's comfortable. We're doing we're doing a ton of takeouts still, like an immense amount of takeouts. So just be patient when you call or when you come in. It's always a good idea to call ahead, make a reservation. The day of is when you want to make a reservation. So if you wanted to come in on Friday night, you would call Friday morning or Friday afternoon. You wouldn't call Thursday or Wednesday, just because we don't know what the weather is going to be like, and the weather is changing, obviously. The forecasts are never 100% accurate. So if we had all of our outside seated, 11 tables in front, 11 tables in back on the weekends, and all of a sudden start pouring, we'd need to put people somewhere. And so we want to be afraid we don't overbook. Sure, we have the 7 tables inside. Sure, we have tables underneath the tent, and we have a couple other smaller tents. But if it was a torrential downpour, it'd be uncomfortable for people to be outside under the tent anyways. So we want to be cautious of that. So that's why we say call morning of. That's the protocol right now. Call the morning of. You want to come in, and hopefully we'll have a wrap on the forecast, be able to plan properly. Let's see, we have a wine tasting coming up. Our first wine tasting since before COVID. It is happening Monday, July 20th. Paul and Samara are here from Bashakil Vineyards. They're down in Wurtsboro. We'll have a socially distanced tasting on a Monday night in our back garden with Paul and Samara. 3 wines, or 4 wines, what did we say, Jamie? 4 wines and cheeses, $25, that's it. We'll have some awesome local farmstead cheeses you'll be tasting with wine. Our full menu will be available if you want to purchase anything else. Wine will be available if you want to buy wine from Bashakil, from Paul. He will have wine available for you to buy. I think you might be able to pre-order. He might have some. I'm not sure how he'll do delivery.
We're going to try to get some cases in this week so we can start.
Okay. Start. So promoting it.
Promoting it.
Perfect.
And we'll stop there on Wednesday.
Paul makes amazing wine at Bashakil. It's a very fun winery too. Music every weekend. Well, they're not doing it this year, but Samara does amazing food. Very talented, creative chef Samara is. She worked for us for a while. She worked for us for about a year on 2 different occasions in our kitchen here. So she's very talented, like-minded as I am, very sustainable focused, very sustainable focused. So she's doing the right thing, but they're not open this year because of COVID. But typically Bashakil is one of those vineyards that we can't get their wine on a commercial level because they don't produce enough. They sell everything at the winery. So we might be able to get a case of this, a case of that. But if we wanted to pour by the glass one of their wines here, they just don't have enough wine for us to do that. If we were selling a lot of wine, they just don't have enough. So every now and then Paul will say, hey, well, I'll get 6 bottles of this, 6 bottles of that, or a case of this, a case of that. Rather than that, they sell everything out. Fantastic, very organically minded, low sulfites, all that kind of stuff. So really cool. So that's the 20th, $25 Monday night. Starts at what time, Jamie?
6:30.
6:30. 6:30 on. So do they have to come at 6:30, or can they come at any time and go through the tasting? I think at any time and come through. Anytime.
Start at 6:30.
Start at 6:30. If you come at 7:30, you'll be able to get wine and whatever, and go through the whole thing. $25. All right. So, anything else Jamie I need to talk about before?
No, I think you're good.
Okay, good. All right, let me jump into the health ingredient in the kitchen. But before I do that, we're still giving out free gloves. You can still come in and get a handful of free gloves as a community service. We also sell boxes. COVID or no COVID, I keep a box in my car at all times because you never know when you have to get air in your tire and twist off the little black cap and your hand gets dirty, or you're pumping gas. I've always used a glove to pump gas, but gas handles are the dirtiest thing ever. Those gas pump handles. So, and I know that even pre-COVID, that nobody was out there sanitizing down gas handles at gas stations. I know that wasn't happening. I don't even know if it's happening now. So I always have gloves with me in my car. So you can buy a box of gloves, they're like $7-8, or you can get a handful of free gloves. It's Swiss Saloon as community service. If you want ionized water, we have plenty of ionized water for free. Just bring some gallons in, some jugs in, and we'll fill them up. Simple as that. All right, so what is this health ingredient that I am touting that is in the kitchen? So I'm just gonna go on and make sure. I got some comments coming in. I'm gonna go onto the computer here. Say good morning. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Barb. Barb's watching. Barb, hope we had a great anniversary. Barb, we had a great anniversary. It was our 22nd wedding anniversary, Jamie and I, on Saturday night, 7-11. And we had some friends over. We opened some great wine. Then we went to another friend's house and we danced all night. We danced until what, 3 o'clock in the morning, Jamie? 3:30 in the morning at a friend's house. So it was really great. So that was awesome. So we had a great time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who came in and said hello to us and all the comments online. We really, really appreciate it, Jamie and I. So, all right. So what is this health ingredient that I am talking about? This health ingredient that I'm talking about is apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. This is the health. Substance. Apple cider vinegar is known to have an immense amount of health benefits. I'm going to read off a few now. You can go online and do a search. You can be like top 10 health benefits of apple cider vinegar or health benefits of apple cider vinegar. So here we go. Apple cider vinegar. 1, improves digestion. A lot of people who have acid reflux will take apple cider vinegar and it resets their digestion, their acids, and it helps out a lot. People swear by it for that. I know a lot of people that use that. So improves digestion, lowers blood sugar levels, improves insulin sensitivity, helps lose weight. A lot of people take it for weight loss. And there's all kinds of apple cider vinegar shots that you can buy now, and apple cider vinegar gummies that you can use, and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot that are on the market. So helps lose weight, improves hair health. It has anti-aging properties, makes you feel fuller, so it makes you feel more satiated when you eat. So if you started this off before food or just had it in general, it would help you feel like you don't want to eat as much or eat at all. So thus, of course, weight loss. Reduces belly fat. Helps reduce acne. Reduces bloating, because digestion, bloating. I can tell at night after I've eaten stuff that's the wrong combination. I'm just so bloated. It's not that I'm fatter. We're just bloated. We're just the food in our system is having a problem digesting. So air expands, everything expands, and all of a sudden you feel bloated. And it's not that you've gained weight. You've just gained bloatedness, and all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my gosh, did I lose an inch or 2 inches? No, you're just not bloated anymore because your food is digested. Aids in heartburn, reduces bloating, improves heart health, lowers blood pressure. That's a good one. Decreases cancer risk because of it helps your body create a much more alkaline environment. Kills bacteria. Vinegar kills bacteria to begin with. If you remember your grandmother taking a chicken and soaking it in vinegar in the sink and this and that, vinegar, just in general, any type of vinegar will help kill bacteria. In fact, you could soak produce and stuff with a vinegar solution. In fact, I'm going to talk about distilled vinegar, which is pure poison, by the way. Distilled vinegars are pure poison. You don't want to ever buy like white vinegar or red vinegar for your kitchen. That's something you clean with. That's something you put into your mop bucket and you mop your hardwood floors with. That's what we use vinegar for the most. We use it to clean windows, white vinegar, to clean windows, mop our floors, and to disinfect and clean. We use Wally, our dishwasher in the kitchen, use a lot of vinegar all over the place. You can smell it. We disinfect things down with vinegar. Improves heart health, contains antioxidants, and it's just 3 calories per tablespoon. So it's not, there's really virtually no calories to it. So the way they make apple cider vinegar, if you wanted to make apple cider vinegar at home, you would simply take a bucket of water, take washed apples, organic apples preferably, you dice them up, you throw them into the water, you cover them, and you let the fermentation process start at room temperature. Basically, a form of decomposing. You take this fermentation process start. After a certain amount of time, you can look this up on the internet. Then you'd want to stir it, make sure that it's doing its magic, and then eventually you'd strain it and put it into a bottle. And you'd want to keep a lot of the mother in it, which is the cloudy stuff, which is why this bottle's cloudy here, because I was shaking it up before. So that's intact. And it says right on here, unpasteurized, no preservatives, unfiltered. So that's what you want. And some of them will even say mother intact. So make sure that's what you're buying if you buy. Now we sell these. This is a local one from Vermont. This is a transitioning one to organic apple cider vinegar. Transitioning to organic means that they've stopped doing the chemicals and they're at a point where they have to do a wait period to be able to be certified organic. So when you see it that a farmer's in transition, this means they've stopped doing the non-organic practices and they have to wait 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is they have to wait, whatever the specification is, to be able to say, okay, we are now fully organic. So most apple cider vinegar you buy in the store is going to be organic because it is, again, a health product. Now you can use this in dressings. You can use this in salad dressings. We use this in mostly all of our salad dressings for our balsamic. So you can use this in salad dressings. Don't think you have to use other types of vinegar for dressings. So now, white vinegar, white distilled vinegar, the stuff that is, you can buy a gallon of it for like $4 in the store. That stuff is pure poison, distilled. If it says distilled vinegars, you want to avoid them. Vinegar is acetic acid. If you were to consume straight acetic acid, it is a poison. You'd have health issues if you consume acetic acid straight. So you'll always notice that if you buy a jug of vinegar, a bottle of white vinegar, it'll say on there the acidity level. It still tells you what it's at. They've diluted that probably with 20 parts of water, at least 20 parts of water, because again, acetic acid in its straight form is poison. It could probably kill you. So you don't want to buy white vinegar. You want to clean with white vinegar. That's it. Distilled vinegars, you clean with them. You do not use them in the kitchen to cook with. You do not ingest them. Now, sometimes if you go to ShopRite or Walmart, you can walk in the store and think you're buying apple cider vinegar. What's going to say is apple flavored vinegar. It's going to say apple flavored vinegar or apple vinegar or something like that. Keep in mind, even like you buy the jug of Heinz or something, it's not real apple cider, raw, unpasteurized vinegar. It is white vinegar that is flavored, apple flavored vinegar that is flavored with apple. It is a very cheap, inexpensive product that is acetic acid diluted with apple flavorings, where they make it appear to be something that it's really not. So first glance, you'll be like, oh, I got it. My mom used to do this all the time. I got apple cider. I'm like, Mom, that's not apple cider vinegar. That is apple flavored vinegar. It's white vinegar, pure poison, that is flavored away. So make sure, buyer beware of what you're buying. Now the good news is this isn't that expensive at all. This is not that expensive. I mean, you can buy a gallon of this for like $20. And if you're taking a tablespoon a day, a gallon is going to go a long, long, long way. We sell the gallons for $20 of this. A long, long way. One thing I didn't cover was how to consume this. The best way to consume this is great for your gallbladder too. My chiropractor, my kinesiologist had me doing this to reset my gallbladder last year. So what you want to do is you want to take a glass, you want to take literally a tablespoon, right? Tablespoon in there, and then you want to top it off with water. Right? Top it off with water, like that. And in the morning, on an empty stomach, this is how you consume it. That's it. So, some people like to mix it with honey. They'll mix it with other things. You can do that. You can buy elixirs that are mixed with honey and sweeteners. That's no problem. But really, when you take a tablespoon, this is a 4-ounce glass, by the way. So a tablespoon and 2, 3, 4 ounces of water. It doesn't burn. I can't take this straight. Some people can just take a tablespoon and take it straight and drink it down. I can't do that. That's not for me. So I have to dilute it in water. And this is the way that has always been taught to me from my kinesiologist, my chiropractor, that had me doing this. So that's the story of the apple cider vinegar. These small bottles are for sale here. These are pints, and I'm not sure how much they are. I don't have the price in front of me. I think they're like $5, these pints. They're probably $5.99. So if anybody wants these, we have these. We're still doing a lot of our groceries here. So our shelf is there full of groceries. Our wine and spirits are there. People are still buying a lot of that stuff. So if you come in to get to-go food, and you want to take a bottle of wine home, you sure can. You want to take a 4-pack of beer home, you sure can. You want to take home a growler of beer, you sure can. You want to take home a margarita, a Manhattan, an old-fashioned, we can make those, put a lid on them, and you can take them to go home. That is a temporary adjustment in the law to help us restaurants make more revenue or make revenue in any cases. And unfortunately, restaurants are closing down all across the Hudson Valley. I hear more every week that are closing down. And it's very unfortunate. Some very nice restaurants too, some very well-known restaurants that have been in business for 20 years plus that are closing. See, for restaurants to make it 50% inside occupancy is just not enough. It's not enough. The interesting thing is see, restaurants rely upon multiple turnovers of tables, and we've relied upon that for years, else we couldn't be able to make it. So the table up there, the booth table, and you know the booth table here, on a Saturday night, I need to seat that table 3 times. When normal conditions, in a full dining room, in a packed dining room, I need to seat that table 3 times to be able to make money overall. So by having 50% occupancy and trying to do that in restaurants, the equation's not there. And you have to cut staff way back, and staff's your biggest expense. So it's really tough on restaurants right now. Extremely tough on restaurants right now. As soon as their PPP money runs out, you're really going to see the restaurants that, because PPP money was a total gift to a lot of businesses, and hopefully some of these businesses are taking advantage of having that extra money. I know we have invested money back into the business like crazy to be able to offer more things, to be able to do more things, to be able to be a better business when it's going out, when this is over and PPP money's over and Corona's over. We'll be able to, bought patio heaters. We built a pond back there. So we're spending money back. I just bought this very expensive fly curtain in the back of for our back door, so it keeps the air conditioning in, the heat out, and the flies out. It's one of those things that I've never wanted to spend them $900, $1,000 to put a fly curtain in because it's expensive. And this year I was like, this just has to be done. Especially since we have been busy and we have been selling a lot of groceries, and we've been one of the very fortunate restaurants to be handling this okay. But Jamie and I are working our butts off. That's why we try to take off 2 days a week and get out of here and go cycling and spend the night somewhere. And we've been doing that consistently the last couple weeks. So if you come in on a Tuesday night or Wednesdays, we're closed. We were open 7 days when this first happened. For those like 9-10 weeks, we were open 9-7 days. We're like, we just can't do this anymore. We have to get our sanity back. But Jamie and I were working our butts off to make all of this work, and that's why we're being very creative. And during the first 9-10 weeks, I would start working every day at 7 a.m. I'd barely have time to run to get a mile in, and we would work all day. And literally, the grocery store was very good to us. But to repack chicken, to repack steaks, to cut steaks, to a lot of some distributors were delivering, some weren't. I had to drive and pick up food at some distributors. It got to a point where it was a lot. It was a lot, but it was well worth it. So the groceries are still available, the steaks are still available, salmon's still available, all that kind of stuff is still available here. We still have it. We still publish the list. We still have a bunch of organic stuff. It's great. So that's a story with that. Let's see. I think that's about it. I'm going to get on the phone with some of our employees here that work on one of our other businesses. We are getting ready to, or we actually launched our VIP winery tour for April. It's April 16th. It's after tax day. April 16th to I think the 25th or something. It's 8-9 days. That is there. It's ready. $5,000 a person. I have people coming out of the woodwork right now saying, we need to go. We need to go. We need to go. A lot of people are saying that. People are saying, after this whole COVID thing, people are saying, wow, I need to experience things. I mean, this whole thing has been terrible, whatever has happened. I just want to get out. I want to go experience things. I want to go do it while I'm young. I want to do it while I have an opportunity, while I'm healthy. So we have a lot of people's mindset that has changed. And I'm pretty sure that this trip is going to sell out pretty quick. We had to cancel our fall trip for obvious reasons. Some tour operators are still going in the fall. They still have plans to go to Italy. I know that. We wanted to be very, very, very cautious about that, so we have canceled that November trip. So the April trip is out, 2021. It's $5,000 a person. Double occupancy, single occupancy is $57.50 a person. We're going to southern Italy. We're going to some amazing, amazing vineyards. I want to show you a picture that I took in southern Italy at Trulio di Pezza, which is a winery that's in Manduria, that's minutes from the coast. And I got this picture blown up. So that is the picture right there. I took that picture back in last November when Jamie and I were touring the vineyards there. And you're literally minutes from the beach right there. You're probably 5-minute drive to the ocean. This part of Italy is fantastic for sheep herders. We were at this vineyard, and within minutes of me taking this picture, one of the sheep herders that takes their sheep all over the countryside came through with several hundred sheep, the dogs. It was really cool. On our way to this vineyard, we saw another sheep herder actually in the middle of the road. They were in the middle of the road, and traffic stops. They just understand that's part of life down in that part of Italy. And this guy had his walking his sheep right down the one lane, and people made freed up the other lane for him. And that was our first time seeing something like that. And they're all over it down in the south there. So I actually gotten some really great drone shots. I had my drone out at that point, and went and got some aerial shots of some of the sheep herder that was taking his sheep to the vineyard. He was just going from one place to another place. So that trip is April 16th. We leave here in New York on a Friday. We start the tour on a Saturday. Air flights are pretty cheap right now. I've seen a lot of really good deals, and you can buy air flights, you can buy tickets and have them refundable, all kinds of things that these companies are willing to do right now just to get some cash flow. What I recommend, we recommend this to all of our guests, is fly in early, fly in Wednesday. If you can get a super cheap fare on Wednesday, fly in Wednesday, go into Rome, spend 1 or 2 nights in Rome, and then catch a Ryanair flight for €59 to Bari and join us on Saturday in Bari, wherever is joining us. So that's the ticket. That's the way to go. Or stay later. You can definitely stay later. Most people go in a little earlier. Some people stay earlier and later, and we can handle all of the arrangements that you need to do. We can handle all the arrangements. We've gotten limos for people. We've gotten bus services. We've gotten hotels. If you're traveling to Italy, folks, if you're traveling to Italy, if you and your family are going, if there's 6 of you, if there's 10 of you, if there's whatever, we can arrange everything for you. We have such amazing contacts and ground operators that we know in Italy that we work with that we can arrange everything. So for example, if you're like, I want to take my family of 15 to Italy. I want to treat everybody to Italy and go 15. And this happens a lot. People do this. We can arrange everything for you. We can get a bus for you, a small bus. You don't have to drive. We can get your hotels for you. We can set up an itinerary for you. We can get your vintage Fiat tours in Tuscany. We can do so many things for you that reach out to us. Even if you planned your trip already and you're going already, you're like, well, I have 2 free days, or I want to get into a vineyard, or this or that. We can handle all that. We can get you into vineyards. We can book that for you. We can do all that kind of stuff for you. So let us know. Take advantage. Even if you go to Spain, we have connections in Spain too. But we really have great connections in Italy. Italy is what we know very intimately, Jamie and I. We've been there many, many, many times and plan to go back many, many times. So that's the story with that. All right, everybody. Oh, Benamino's on. Benamino owns a vineyard down there that we're going to, and he was on the other day on our thing. So hello, Benamino. Benamino owns a vineyard called Botromagno, and it's outside. It's in the foothills. My phone is going crazy. Okay, am I back? Sorry about that. Again, if you've watched some of my lives before, my phone, like if you were to get into your phone mode, like you're dialing numbers, and where the 4 is, seems to be, something's wrong with my part of the phone right there, and all of a sudden, like I'll be on the phone with somebody and it just presses 4 randomly, or when I'm doing these lives, it starts like, it can like your comment, or try to pin your comment, or delete your comment. It's I don't know, something's wrong with the phone. It's an iPhone 10 too. So Benamino owns Botromagno, awesome vineyard up in the foothills there outside of Bari. So that is one of our stops. That is in April. So great to have you on, Benamino. They make some amazing wines. They make a great rosé, great sparkling rosé, which we've had before. Comes in 6-packs. Really, really good. We'll have to get some more of that. Southern Italy, folks, is home. They call it the birthplace of rosé wine. So some of the regular grapes down there would be Primitivo, is a very popular grape down there. Nero de Troia is also another one that's popular down there. Negro Amaro. Italy has 1,300 different grape varietals. So when people say, well, I don't like Italian wine, you've probably missed over 1,000 grapes that you haven't tried yet. So don't prejudge Italian wines. So if you don't like Brunello, or you don't like Barolo, or you don't like Chianti or whatever, that's one thing. Italy is a vast, vast variety of wines. Every region is known for their own grapes, their own style. It is amazing. Things that you find, the Primitivo that you find in Manduria, you go 2 hours north and it's not there. It's Aglianico. So Aglianico is another very popular grape down in southern Italy. So Italy is just known for an immense variety of wines. So if you haven't had an Italian wine you like, you haven't drank enough Italian wine. It's simple as that. So that is it, everybody. I am going to get to work now, do some other stuff, go for a bike ride, do another live from one of my other businesses, my coaching business. And that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're open tonight, 5 o'clock. We're open tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. To-goes, takeouts, patio dining. The weather looks great. We just bought some huge circular fans to sit outside to help with flies, because you are eating outside. Anywhere you eat outside, there's flies. We have a mulberry tree out there that just dropped, this last week, just dropped a lot of mulberries. And when the mulberries drop and start decaying, flies like those. So we're out there constantly like blowing out the mulberries that have fallen, trying to wash everything down, hose everything down. We've been pretty successful at it, but we just added these 2 big fans, circular fans, that can help move the air along and keep it cool. And flies do not like wind, so you won't see them in the path of a fan. So if you're having fly issues at home, on your deck or something outside, go get one of those big circular fans, put it out there where you're at, and you won't have the problem with flies. They will literally blow away. So, all right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And stay tuned for Jamie's happy hour live at 4 o'clock today. She will be on at 4-ish, making a cocktail and talking, that kind of stuff. So, so that's it. All right, thanks, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Talk to you later.